Body language. Why is body language so powerful? You see, at the end of the day, it is a secret tool for speakers. Before you even say a word, your body is speaking. Before you say a word, the way you stand, the way you move, the way you gesticulate, all of these things can make or break your message. And what if I told you that just a few body language tweaks here and there could instantly boost your presence and increase your authority? What if I told you that? Now, by the end of this video, I need you to stay to the end of this video, because by the end of this video, you would have 3 proven body language techniques that would help you to look and also feel powerful in your skin as a speaker. Whether you're in the boardroom or maybe on the stage, or whether you're talking to someone one-on-one, the power of your body language can never be underestimated. Never. Okay, so let's look at what are the steps, what are the things that you can do that can help you have that influence in your space. Number 1 is to own your space. Own your space. Powerful speakers claim their space. Now, what you need to do, avoid shrinking yourself. So you have been introduced. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up for Stallone-Obaraemi Samuel. And then you come in and you shrink. Never ever do that. Don't cross your arm or stay this way, put your heart this way or that way, or slouch, stand in a particular way, shifting nervously. Yes, I'm here today to talk about all of these things, the signal insecurity. So what you need to do is to stand tall. Keep your shoulders straight, wide apart, and stand in a confident manner. Do not stand too casual. You can decide to stand a little bit this way, straight, depending on how you want to stand, or maybe legs apart a little bit. But in any case, the underlying thing is that you are confident. You are exuding. You are showing confidence in the way that you stand. Keep an open posture. Very important. Keep an open posture. Avoid shrinking. Don't keep your arms crossed. Make sure that your hands are open. Use purposeful movement. I remember many years ago when I was on stage and I was speaking at some point. I was also going through some coaching and mentoring. And I understand one of my evaluators told me something. He said, I was pacing on stage. That's what he said. I needed to move purposefully. It's important that when you're on stage, you move purposefully. I have seen so many people talking and trying to motivate people, and they just go from one end of the stage to another and back, and they, hey, are you hearing? And then they are shouting and everything. Movement on stage is not bad, but it's got to be purposeful. Step forward to emphasize some points and step backwards when there is need to do that. Move left or right on the stage depending on what you want to talk about. Well, that's a conversation. Stage movement is another conversation completely. But here I'm talking to you about how you can use your body movement, how your body movement impacts your speech. So right now, this is what I want you to do. I'd love you to do is to check your posture. Are you taking space? You can try to pause the video and stand and ask yourself, are you taking space in the way you're standing? Are you making yourself small? Now, if depending on where you are, try to adjust to imagine that this is a stage and you come on board, and if you feel that you're making the way you're standing, maybe you're looking at a mirror and you feel like the way you're standing, you're small, try to increase yourself in your mind. Try to do it in your room. Try to do it in your sitting room. Try to create a picture that your mind will see when you get on stage. It's not easy, especially when you're doing it alone. If you have a coach or a mentor, you have a community that you're working with, then that's a different thing. You guys can practice. But use the stage. Fill the stage. Have a mental picture of the size of the stage. If you have a speech maybe in a few days or in a few weeks, and see yourself filling the stage. The moment you're able to get to that point mentally, There's a shift that happens in your level of confidence. So right now, check your posture and then try that. Now, step number 2, real quick, speak with your hands. Speak with your hands. Why is this important? Because your hands amplify your words, or they can take away from your words. So what you need to do is to avoid habits like fidgeting. Some people are talking and they're always fidgeting, they're playing with their fingers. It takes away from your speech. I tell you 100% it does. And some people put their hands in their pockets, except it is part of your speech. It is something that adds to your speech and it's deliberate. Some people put their hands in their pockets. Some would argue that it doesn't matter if that's your style, but it can be argued that it really stifles your flow. And some people over gesture. Sometimes I can get guilty of that too. I know that. I can get so excited and I want to go ahead. But I also talk to myself and I say, wait a minute, are you over gesturing? Do you need to calm down a little bit? Because we all need to keep improving. The essence of this things I'm sharing with you is that the moment you understand the principles, when you are going off curve on stage, the principles will kick in and you say, okay, I think I'm going too far with this one. I need to stop. It's like you're telling a story and the story is going off curve and you know, and you say, I need to stop this story now because it's not achieving what I wanted to achieve. But the ability to know that, the capacity, the confidence to do that on stage comes from immense practice. The next thing I need you to pay attention to is to use open palm gestures, because this helps you to build trust and to increase connection. The next thing, number 3 or number 4 on this one I need you to pay attention to is to anchor key points with deliberate, strong movements, like counting your fingers. For instance, number 1, number 2, number 3, point number 4, point number 5. Sometimes when you're also trying to say, I moved from this point to this point. Imagine this, and then you talk about that. Maybe you're creating a timeline, and then we did this. Imagine this. Now, when you, or maybe you're comparing two things, this happens and that happens. You see how beautiful it feels, even as you're watching the video. That is how powerful it is when you know how to use your fingers and you know how to use your hands to demonstrate and to gesticulate. Here's a quick action I need you to do. Try this. Say your name right now. Say your name while your arms are closed. For instance, I could say, my name is Stallone-Obaraemi Samuel. As confident as this might sound, it would not be as if I'd said, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Stallone-Obaraemi Samuel. Or I go this way. My name is Stallone-Obaraemi Samuel. I'm happy to be here. My name is Stallone-Obaraemi Samuel. It's different from when I come, my name is Stallone-Obaraemi Samuel. The difference is clear. So how you use your hands, even when you introduce yourself, matters. Just saying your name, how you use your hand when you say your name, which is the most important expression anybody wants to hear, their name, you feel the marked difference. Take this home. Try this. And number 3, eye contact. Eye contact commands attention. Now, granted, sometimes you might have a script you're using, you might have an outline you're using, but you must have mastery over what you're delivering so that you do not bury your eyes in your script or your PowerPoint and then your audience loses control, or your audience then loses attention and focuses on you. What is he looking at? What is she looking at? Your eyes connect before your words do. So it's important to master eye contact, the use of your eyes. Now, how can you do that? You need to avoid darting your eyes, looking at your notes too long. You can peek at your notes, you can check what's the outline, what's the PowerPoint, what's the point, and then you talk to your audience. Because if you look too much at your script for a long time, or your note at a long time, or maybe your note is on your hand, and you're looking at that for a long time, it takes away from your speech. Your audience loses trust. Use what I would refer to as a triangle method when you're talking to people. Now, you are in a stage. I need to put this in my pocket. You're on the stage and you're talking to people. This is your audience. So go triangle. Here you go. Look at that somebody here, look at somebody behind, and then look at the next another person here, and then after a while you come back to here, here, here. It's a simple way for you to learn. At some point, when you become confident, you can decide to alter the way you move your eyes. But what you need to do when you're talking to people, when you are passing a message, is to act like you're talking to one person at a time. And then you take another person, and then you take another person. Say you connect with people at different points. So what that means is that you are creating you are the hub, and you are creating spokes across dots across the audience that will come back to you, and you build that energy field. You see how beautiful this is, right? So hold your eye contact when you're talking to people for about 3 to 5 seconds. Okay, 3 to 5 seconds. Now, what do you need to do? Practice this. What I need you to practice at this point in time is hold your eye contact in the mirror while delivering a sentence. Say a sentence, for instance, my name is Stallone-Obaraemi Samuel, and look at the mirror. The mirror, look at yourself, eye to eye. Look at your eye. Look at yourself in the mirror like you want to figure out the color of your eye. That way, learn to look at the eye, because looking at people's eyes is not a very easy thing to do. It sounds like it's when you're talking about it, when confident public speakers are talking about it, but it's never an easy thing. But it adds to your speech. Now, you need to be careful how you look at people, because culture might differ. Some cultures might frown at it. The other thing is that some people might become a bit more uncomfortable. So you have to be careful not to make people in your audience to become uncomfortable. But 3 to 5 seconds is like a rule of thumb. So let's quickly recap what we've discussed in this. Powerful speakers don't just speak well. They use their body, they gesticulate well, they use their palm, they use their hands, they use their eyes, they command the room. They build an energy field around them in the room, and they take charge of the room. But your body, your palm, your eyes, they play a big part in making this happen. So if this has helped you, allow me to ask you to hit the subscribe button, and also share this video with someone in your team, family, or friend cycle that you think might benefit from this. Understand that we also have got some resources down there that would help you to use your body, your palm. If you have a speech to deliver in a day, 2 days, or maybe in a week or two, and you need some quick guide, you will find a guide that would help you to ace your next public speaking engagement. So do not forget to hit the subscribe button, download this video if you like, share with other people, and I look forward to seeing you again. My name is Stallone-Obaraemi Samuel, and my sincere desire for you is that you go on succeeding by becoming a better version of yourself. And bye for now.